Good evening, I'm Nexua Dlamini with your evening news bulletin. DA prepares for its manifesto rally. 3 men identified as suspected murder of actor Tshwane. IEC says parties that break electoral code could face sanction or jail time. With the election scheduled for the 8th of May, the Democratic Alliance is in preparation of its own manifesto rally to be hosted at the Salisville Arena in Pretoria. Our reporter Precious Mola caught up with DA National Spokesperson Refilwe Ntshege and filed this report.
The Democratic Alliance is gearing up for their Gauteng provincial manifesto launch this coming Saturday at the Salisville Arena in Atteridgeville, Pretoria. The manifesto launch comes 2 weeks after the DA launched their national manifesto, where they outlined their promises and also their policies ahead of the 2019 general elections. National spokesperson for the DA, Refilwe Ntshege, says it is all system goes for the upcoming manifesto launch. Ntshege was speaking at the DA's Nkululeko House in Bruma, Johannesburg.
We are ready for the provincial launch. It will be happening at Salisville in Atteridgeville in Tshwane this weekend, starting at 10 o'clock. We're expecting about 3,000 DA members as well as community members. So we're quite excited, but everything is pretty much in place now.
She says the DA's vision for Gauteng stems from their national manifesto, which aims to create 1 job per household. She further says everyone will need to come on board, as the government cannot do it alone.
Our vision comes off the national vision, obviously, as an organization, so we can't deviate from that. So the main thing is we want to have 1 job in every home. We want to ensure that we eradicate corruption. We are also, one of the big things is to say we want to see a job in every home, because it's unfortunate that we still have 10 million unemployed South Africans.
The DA has been vocal about the issue of securing the nation's borders to avoid illegal immigrants flooding our country. However, Ntshege says this is not a xenophobic issue, but that every immigrant needs to be documented. She further says for that to happen, they need to deal with corruption decisively.
We need to make sure SANDF is fixed. That's why we talk about professionalizing the police service as well, because in order for people to be properly managed, documented, then you need to make sure you go into Home Affairs, clean up Home Affairs. As much as it's not the key of the 5, but they all fit into each other in terms of how you clean up. Home Affairs is very, very corrupt. We need to make sure the officials that are corrupt are dealt with. We need to make sure that SANDF is given the necessary manpower so that they can police the borders and ensure that people don't come in illegally. The DA is not xenophobic. What we want to make sure that is foreigners that come into our country, they are properly documented. We need some of the skills that the foreigners are bringing, and those that are refugees are also properly documented, because if people come from war-torn countries, we must be able to accommodate them. But what we don't want is people who come into our borders and they are not properly documented, and we don't know how then we can make sure that if a child needs a grant, even if it's a foreign child, they get that access to those.
A DA leader, Musi Maimane, together with DA Gauteng Premier candidate Solim Simang, are expected to head the manifesto launch, where thousands of DA members are expected to fill up Salisville Arena. I'm Precious Mola, Joburgtv News, Nkululeko House, Johannesburg.
Gauteng police say they have identified 3 men as suspected killers of actor Tshwane, but police say they haven't been arrested as yet. Tshwane, who played a lead role in the recently released local movie Madwedwe, was killed in Pretoria last weekend. He and his friend were attacked during an alleged attempt robbery. Gauteng Police Commissioner Elias Mawela says they have assigned senior detectives to the case. The Independent Electoral Commission says that political parties that break the electoral code could be sanctioned and even face imprisonment of up to 5 to 10 years. The IEC has urged political parties to adhere to the code and advise their supporters on how to behave in the electoral process. Recently, several journalists have expressed their concern and outrage and being victimized by members and supporters of the economic freedom fighters. Yesterday, veteran journalist Karima Brown was intimidated and threatened by people claiming to be members of the EFF after its leader Julius Malema exposed her personal cell phone number on social media. Now let's have a look at the traffic and weather updates.
Looking at your traffic, Midrand at N1 southbound, there are multi-vehicle crashes before the News Road causing queuing traffic. Omonde at Xavier Street northbound, there are major delays towards the M1 highway due to obstruction. Centon Greystone Drive, expect police checkpoint which are causing delays towards the Centon Drive. Bedford View, the stationary truck causing delays near the Boeing Road Bridge at N12 Road. And now looking at your weather updates. Johannesburg peaking at 29 degrees Celsius, Pretoria at 31 degrees Celsius, and Vereeniging at 29 degrees Celsius. That's it from the traffic and weather. Back to the news desk.
That's it from the Joburgtv News team and I. Goodbye.